I need you to understand something. When I say I heard sirens, I don't mean in the distance. I mean in my driveway. I mean reflecting off my kitchen windows, turning everything blue and red like some nightmare strobe light. I mean so loud I couldn't hear myself begging the paramedic to tell me if my daughter was breathing. It's 11:47 p.m. on a Friday night, and I'm sitting in a plastic chair in the pediatric wing of Memorial Hospital. The kind of chair that's designed to be uncomfortable, like they don't want you getting too settled because bad things happen in hospitals and they need you alert. My daughter Emma, 18 months old, 23 pounds, obsessed with Bluey and saying "uh-oh" at increasingly inappropriate times, is asleep in a hospital bed that's way too big for her. She's got an IV in her tiny hand. The tape covers half her forearm because the nurse had to try 3 times to get it in. I watched each attempt feeling like someone was stabbing me instead. There are monitor leads stuck to her chest under her pajamas, the ones with the little red bows. Not the ones I laid out for tonight, different ones. That detail shouldn't matter, but it does. Everything matters now. She's breathing. That's the only thing keeping me from completely fracturing into pieces right now. Her chest is rising and falling, steady and sure, and I've been watching it for the past 3 hours like if I look away, it might stop. The oxygen mask is off now. That came off around 10:30, and when it did, I finally let myself cry. Before that, I was just static. White noise. A channel that wasn't coming in. There are still hives on her arms, fading now, pale pink instead of angry red, but I can see them when the blanket shifts. Her face is puffy. Not like normal toddler chubby, swollen, wrong. Her eyes had been nearly shut earlier, the lids so inflamed she looked like a different child. My brain couldn't process it. Still can't. My husband Marcus is in the hallway on the phone with his brother. I can hear his voice through the door, low and tight, the way it gets when he's trying not to lose it. "No, Tony, I don't think you understand. He keeps saying that, over and over, to his family, to himself. His voice cracks on the word understand every single time. We were supposed to be at dinner right now. That's the thing that keeps looping in my head. We were supposed to be at Osteria Marco, the Italian place downtown with the pasta that costs $30 a plate and the wine list that requires reading glasses. My best friend's birthday. I was wearing a dress. I'd put on earrings. Real ones. Not the studs I wear while working from home in leggings covered in Emma's breakfast. I left the house at 6:45 p.m. It's now 11:47 p.m. 5 hours. In 5 hours, everything changed. My phone is in my hand. It's been in my hand so long the screen has timed out and come back on probably 60 times. There are 43 missed calls. Text messages filling the screen. Faster than I can read them. Marcus's family. My mom. Friends who've somehow already heard. The group chat from the dinner, Jenna asking if Emma's okay, if we're okay, telling me not to worry about leaving early, sending heart emojis like little digital life preservers. I can't respond to any of them because I don't know what to say. My daughter almost died tonight feels too dramatic. There was an incident feels too vague. Everything's fine is a lie. There's a whiteboard on the wall across from Emma's bed. It says her name in blue marker, Emma Craig, and under it her nurse's name is Rachel, smiley face included. There's a pain scale with little faces ranging from happy to crying. Emma's too young to use it. They asked me instead, "On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your daughter's distress when you arrived?" I said 11. The nurse wrote down 10. Marcus comes back in. His eyes are red. He's still in his button-down shirt from dinner, but it's untucked now, wrinkled, and there's a stain on the sleeve I don't remember from earlier. He sits in the chair next to mine, doesn't say anything, just reaches over and puts his hand on top of mine. His hand is shaking. Or maybe mine is. Maybe we both are. "Tony thinks we're overreacting," he finally says. His voice sounds like gravel. He said kids get hives all the time, that we're being... He stops, swallows hard. He doesn't get it. I don't respond because if I open my mouth right now, I'm going to scream, not at Marcus, at everything, at the universe, at the fact that we're sitting here at all. A doctor came in about an hour ago. Young guy, Couldn't have been more than 30, with kind eyes and terrible news delivered in that calm voice they must teach in medical school. Anaphylaxis, respiratory distress, facial angioedema, words that sound clinical and cold until they're describing your child. He said she's stable now, said she's lucky, said the epinephrine worked, the steroids are working, her vitals are good. He also said, and this is the part that keeps echoing, in cases of delayed treatment, outcomes can be much more serious. Delayed treatment. That's the phrase that's branded into my brain now. I want to ask him to define delayed. I want to ask him to quantify much more serious. I want him to tell me exactly how close we came to a different ending, but I also absolutely cannot handle knowing that information right now. Marcus must see something in my face because he squeezes my hand tighter. "She's okay," he whispers. "Sarah, she's okay." But his voice breaks on okay, and we both know he's trying to convince himself as much as me. I look back at Emma, at her chest rising and falling, at the monitor showing her heart rate, 98 BPM, steady green line, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. At her tiny hand with the IV, her fingers curled slightly like she's holding on to something in her sleep. I was holding her when the ambulance got to the house. Someone, paramedic, a firefighter, I don't even know, tried to take her from me and I wouldn't let go. They had to gently pry my arms away. I remember that feeling. The physical sensation of my child being taken from my body while she was struggling to breathe. I remember her eyes, wide and terrified and locked on mine. I remember thinking, I wasn't there. When this started, when she needed me most, I wasn't there. A nurse walks by in the hallway, shoes squeaking on linoleum. A machine beeps 3 doors down. Someone's crying somewhere on this floor. Not a child, an adult. Probably another parent having the worst night of their life in a different room, with different details but the same fluorescent lights and the same plastic chairs, and the same desperate bargaining with God or fate or whatever's listening. Marcus's phone buzzes. He looks at it. His jaw tightens. "She wants to know if she can come see Emma," he says quietly. She. He doesn't have to say the name. My stomach drops. Everything in me goes cold and sharp and dangerous. No. Sarah, absolutely not. He nods, doesn't argue, puts the phone face down on his lap. We sit there in silence watching our daughter breathe, and I think about the moment I pulled into the driveway and saw the lights, the moment the paramedic turned to me with Emma in his arms, the moment I realized that the worst thing I'd ever imagined was happening in real time, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I think about the phone call I got at 8:52 p.m. That changed everything. I think about the 45 minutes before that. I think about what was happening in those 45 minutes while I was at a restaurant ordering wine. And I think, I should have known. I did know. I just didn't trust it. If this story made you feel seen, if you've ever been called too anxious or overdramatic for protecting someone you love, you're not alone. Subscribe because your instincts matter, and I'm here to validate every single one of them. Rewind to 7:00 p.m., Osteria Marco. Let me take you back to when things were still just wrong, before they became catastrophic. We're at Osteria Marco. Exposed brick, Edison bulbs, wine list that makes Marcus pretend he knows about tannins. The table's near the back. Jenna's core group, the friends I've barely seen since Emma was born. Everyone's laughing. Someone's telling a story about a Tinder date. I'm trying to pay attention, but my phone is face up on the table, and I've checked it 4 times in 10 minutes. Jenna notices. Of course she does. First time leaving her with the in-laws? I force a laugh. Is it that obvious? Only because I know you. She squeezes my hand. She's fine. You're allowed to have one night. I nod, smile, take a sip of wine that tastes like expensive regret. But my stomach is in knots. Not normal new mom anxiety. The something is wrong knots, the kind your body knows before your brain catches up. 7:23 p.m. My phone lights up. Text from Linda. A photo. My heart stops. Emma's in a bed. Not her crib. A regular adult bed. My guest room. surrounded by decorative pillows like an Instagram photo shoot, wearing different pajamas. Not the purple ones with stars I laid out, the pink ones with red bows from the back of her drawer. Caption: found these adorable jammies in her drawer. She's such a big girl now. Wrong pajamas means Linda went through Emma's stuff instead of using what I laid out. Adult bed means she ignored every safe sleep guideline I reviewed. Twice. I text back, she needs to be in her crib, please. 3 dots appear, then disappear. No response. Sarah? Jenna's voice. You okay? Linda's got Emma in a regular bed, with pillows. Sympathetic looks around the table, the kind that say, oh, you're one of those moms. Marcus leans over. She looks happy. She's 18 months old. She's supposed to be in her crib. My mom raised 3 boys. I'm not doing this right now. 7:45 p.m. Marcus's phone buzzes. He does this weird laugh snort. What? He shows me. Text from his brother Tony. Mom's posting about babysitting on Facebook, LOL. I click the link, even though I know I shouldn't. Another photo of Emma. The caption makes my blood pressure spike. Finally get my grandbaby all to myself. Some of us remember when parenting wasn't so complicated. The eye roll emoji. The literal eye roll emoji. The comments are a cascade of validation. Kids today are so anxious about everything. We gave our babies honey and they survived. That generation needs to relax. She's making fun of me, I say quietly. On Facebook. Marcus reads the comments. She's just, you know how she is. She eye-rolled about our parenting while actively ignoring what I asked. I last until 8:15 p.m. I call. Linda answers on the 4th ring, slightly winded. Sarah, hi, we're fine. Not hello, just immediate defensiveness wrapped in forced cheerfulness. Can I say goodnight to Emma? She's sleeping. I don't want to wake her. It's 8:15. She doesn't go down until 8:30. Well, she was tired, Sarah. I know my granddaughter. Background noise. Crying. Linda, is she crying? No, that's the TV. That doesn't sound like... Sarah. Her voice goes sharp. You need to relax. Go enjoy your dinner. She's fine. She hangs up. She hangs up on me. I'm staring at my phone and something in my brain just clicks. That wasn't TV. That was Emma. I know my daughters cry. I know the difference between tired and upset, and something is wrong. Linda just lied to me. I stand up so fast my chair scrapes. We need to go home. Marcus looks up. Sarah, come on. Now, Marcus. My voice is cold, certain, done negotiating. The table goes quiet. Everyone's looking at me. Their judgment, their pity, their assumption that I'm being paranoid. I don't care. Jenna stands. Go. She's already grabbing her purse, pulling out cash. Sarah, go. She sees it. Whatever's on my face. Marcus hesitates. Sarah, I really think, something is wrong. My voice cracks. Marcus, please, something is wrong. He must hear it. The break, the certainty underneath, because he stands, throws down bills without counting. We're moving toward the door. Someone asks, is everything okay? And I don't answer because I don't know. My phone is in my hand, calling Linda back. It rings and rings. No answer. I try again. Same thing. We burst into the parking lot and I'm running. Actually running in heels toward our car. Marcus is behind me, keys out. Sarah, I'm sure, drive. He drives, and I sit in the passenger seat calling Linda's number over and over while Marcus breaks every speed limit, and something inside me keeps screaming that we're not going to make it in time. In time for what? I don't know yet, but I know something is so wrong. 8:18 p.m. Marcus's car speeding north on I-95. I'm calling Linda's number for the 7th time in 3 minutes. It rings and goes to voicemail. Her voice bright and cheerful. You've reached Linda. Can't get to the phone right now, but leave a message and I'll call you back. I don't leave a message. I call again. Marcus is doing 15 over the speed limit, weaving through traffic, and I can feel his tension radiating off him in waves. He wants to tell me I'm overreacting. I can see it in the way his jaw is clenched, the way he's gripping the steering wheel, but he doesn't say it, because he heard it too. That cry in the background. "Try the house phone," he says. "We don't have a house phone." "Right, okay." I open my phone. My hands are shaking so badly I almost drop it. I pull up the Nanny Cam app, the one I installed in the living room 3 months ago, the one I told Marcus about but never mentioned to Linda because I knew she'd make it a whole thing about trust and boundaries, and in my day, we didn't spy on family. The app loads. I tap the live feed. The screen is black, not cameras in night mode black, not poor connection black, just nothing. I tap it again, check the timestamp. The feed cuts off at 7:51 p.m., but there's recorded footage before that. I scroll back, my heart hammering so hard I can feel it in my throat. 7:50 p.m., the camera is on. I can see my living room, the couch, the coffee table. And then Linda walks into frame. She's looking directly at the camera, not at Emma, who I can hear crying somewhere off screen, at the camera. She walks toward it. Her face gets bigger, closer. Her expression is annoyed, determined. The angle shifts, tilts, goes dark. She unplugged it. At 7:51 p.m., while Emma was crying, Linda unplugged the Nanny Cam. "Marcus," my voice doesn't sound like mine. "Marcus, look." I hold the phone up. He glances over, then back at the road, then does a double take. "Is that?" "She unplugged it. At 7:51. "Marcus, why would she unplug it?" His face has gone completely white. Maybe she didn't know what it was. She looked right at it. She knew. We're still 15 minutes from home. Maybe 20 with traffic. Every red light feels like a trap. Every car in front of us feels like a personal attack. I try Linda's number again. Nothing. I try texting. "Linda, answer your phone." The message shows as delivered, not read, just delivered. What if she turned her phone off? I'm spiraling now. I can feel it. What if something's wrong and she can't call us because... "Don't." Marcus's voice is sharp. "Don't go there. We're almost home." But we're not almost home. We're still on the highway, still surrounded by brake lights and turn signals and people just driving to wherever they're going like the world isn't ending. I call again. Voicemail. "Linda, it's Sarah. Pick up the phone, please. I need to know Emma's okay. Please call me back." My voice cracks on please, and I hate how desperate I sound, but I don't care. I don't care about anything except the fact that my daughter is at home with someone who unplugged the camera and won't answer the phone, and 8:47 p.m., Marcus's phone rings. Unknown number. We both stare at it for half a second. Then he fumbles for it, nearly drops it, answers on speaker. "Hello? Is this Marcus Craig?" Male voice, professional, serious. "Yes, who is this?" "This is Engine 47 with the fire department. We're at your residence on Maple Street. Your mother called 911. The world tilts sideways. I can't breathe. Actually, cannot pull air into my lungs. Marcus is trying to talk and drive and his hands are shaking on the wheel. What happened? Where's my daughter?" "She's being treated by paramedics right now. Possible allergic reaction. How far away are you?" Allergic reaction. Those words, those 2 words split my entire reality in half. "Oh my God." It comes out of me like a sob. "Oh my God, no, no, no." "Sir, how far away are you?" The firefighter's voice is calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that means things are very not calm. 15 minutes, maybe less. Is she... What happened? "The paramedics are with her now. She's breathing. They're getting her stabilized." She's breathing. That should be reassuring. It's not reassuring. It means at some point she wasn't breathing normally. It means something is so wrong they had to tell me the baseline of, yes, your child is breathing. Like it's good news. I'm screaming. I don't realize I'm screaming until Marcus reaches over and grabs my hand. Sarah, she's breathing. She's okay." But I can't stop. I knew something was wrong. Why didn't I trust myself? Why did I leave? I should never have left. "Ma'am." The firefighter's voice cuts through. "We're going to transport her to Memorial Hospital. Meet us there." It's going to be faster than waiting for you to get home. Memorial. They're taking her in an ambulance. My 18-month-old daughter is going in an ambulance. What happened? I'm gasping now. What? I don't have those details, ma'am. Your mother made the call. The paramedics will have more information. My mother. He means Linda. Linda, who called 911, which means it got bad enough that even she couldn't pretend everything was fine anymore. Is my mother there? Can I talk to her? Hold on. Rustling. Voices in the background. Sirens. Oh God, the sirens. Then, she's pretty shaken up. She's talking to the other crew right now. I try Linda's number on my phone while the firefighter is still on Marcus's line. It rings, and I can hear it ringing through Marcus's phone speaker, faintly, in the background of wherever they are. Her phone is there, at the house. She's just not answering it. The fire captain comes back. We're loading her into the ambulance now. Memorial Hospital, okay? Emergency entrance. Is she breathing? I'm begging now. Please just tell me if she's breathing. There's a pause, the longest pause of my entire life. She's breathing. We have her stabilized. Drive safe. He hangs up. Marcus is already swerving across 2 lanes toward the exit for the hospital. We're closer to Memorial than we are to home. He's going 45 in a 30 zone, and I don't care. I want him to go faster. She's okay, he keeps saying. Sarah, she's breathing. She's okay. But his voice is shaking and his hands are white on the wheel, and I can see tears on his face, and he doesn't believe it any more than I do. I'm texting my mom, texting Jenna, not even coherent words, just Emma, hospital, ambulance. My phone is ringing now. My mom. I don't answer. I can't talk. Can't form words. Marcus runs a red light. A car honks. He doesn't slow down. I'm sorry, I'm saying. To who? I don't know. To Emma, to the universe. I'm sorry, baby. Mommy's coming. I'm coming. We screech into the hospital parking lot at 9:03 p.m. 16 minutes since the call. 16 minutes of not knowing. We abandon the car in the fire lane and run. 9:03 p.m. Memorial Hospital emergency entrance. They're not here yet. We beat the ambulance. I'm standing in the emergency room entrance and my daughter isn't here and I don't know what to do with my body. I'm pacing. 5 steps, one way, turn, 5 steps back. My heels are clicking on the linoleum and it's too loud and I can't stop moving because if I stop moving, I'll collapse. Marcus is at the desk talking to someone. I can hear his voice, but not the words. Everything sounds underwater. A nurse approaches me. Kind eyes. Ma'am, are you... My daughter. Ambulance. They said... I can't finish sentences. Emma Craig, 18 months. They're bringing her... Okay, we're ready for her. Why don't you have a seat? No. I shake my head. No, I need to... When will she... Any minute now. Any minute. That could mean 60 seconds. Could mean 10. Could mean... I hear the sirens. They're getting louder. I'm moving toward the doors before I realize I'm moving. Marcus is beside me suddenly, his hand on my arm, but I shake him off because I need to see, need to know. The ambulance pulls up, lights still flashing. Back doors fly open, and there she is. Tiny, so impossibly tiny on that adult-sized stretcher. Oxygen mask covering half her face. Her arms are red, not just red, welted, hives everywhere. Her eyes are swollen and she's making this sound. Not crying, whimpering. Emma! I'm running, but a paramedic steps in front of me. Ma'am, I need you to let us, that's my daughter. I know, and we need to get her inside. You can follow, but we need space. They're moving fast, rolling her through the automatic doors. I'm right behind them, trying to see her face, trying to make eye contact so she knows I'm here, Mommy's here. One paramedic is talking to the ER doctor who's appeared from nowhere. Their voices are clipped, professional, rapid-fire medical speak I'm trying to deke. 18-month female, known dairy allergy, accidental exposure. Epinephrine administered on scene, 1 dose, and then delayed administration. Symptoms started approximately 45 minutes before 911 call. I freeze. 45 minutes. The doctor glances back at me. Our eyes meet for half a second. Then they're pushing through double doors marked authorized personnel only, and I can't follow, and Emma's disappearing, and... Ma'am? A different nurse, younger. She's blocking my path gently. They're taking her to a treatment room. The doctor will come talk to you as soon as we know more. You'll need to wait 45 minutes. My voice sounds robotic. They said 45 minutes. Let's get you to the waiting area. What does that mean? 45 minutes? She hesitates, glances at Marcus. The doctor will explain everything. This way, please. We're being herded into a waiting room. Beige walls, plastic chairs, a TV playing the news with no sound. There are other people here, a man with a bloody towel around his hand, a woman holding a sleeping toddler, an elderly couple speaking quietly in Spanish. I can't sit. Marcus sits, puts his face in his hands. I'm pacing again, checking my phone even though there's nothing to check. It's 9:11 p.m., 9:27 p.m., 9:33 p.m. Every minute is an hour. At 9:41 p.m., there's a commotion at the entrance. Linda. She's with a woman I vaguely recognize, Mrs. Patterson, our neighbor from 3 doors down. Linda's face is blotchy, mascara streaked, eyes wild. She sees us and rushes over. "Oh, thank God you're here." She's sobbing. "I was so scared, I didn't know what to do." Something cold and sharp crystallizes in my chest. "What did you give her?" Linda stops. "Sarah, What did you give my daughter?" My voice doesn't sound human. People are looking at us now. Linda's face crumples. It was an accident. I didn't mean..." "What did you give her?" "Regular milk." It bursts out of her. Just a little bit in her bedtime bottle. The almond milk was almost empty, and I thought just once wouldn't... Marcus stands up so fast his chair scrapes. "You thought? Mom, we told you..." "I know!" Linda's shouting now too. "I know, okay? I know you told me, but I didn't think it would be this bad. She's had milk before. She's allergic." I'm shaking. She had hives at 11 months and stopped breathing. That's why we know she's allergic. That's why we told you. Well, you said that was a mild reaction. The room tilts. She said it so quietly, almost defensive, like she's justifying something. And I understand. She didn't believe it was real. This whole time, all the instructions, all the warnings, all the labeled almond milk and EpiPen demonstrations, she thought I was exaggerating. She thought I was being a paranoid, overprotective, anxious mother who read too much on the internet. She didn't believe Emma's allergy was real. Subscribe if you're tired of being gaslit by people who should have your back. This channel is for the mothers, the protectors, the ones who trust their gut even when everyone else thinks they're crazy. You belong here. Get away from me. Linda reaches for my arm. "Sarah, get away from me." Mrs. Patterson pulls Linda back. "Linda, maybe we should..." The double doors open. A doctor emerges. Older, gray hair, scrubs. Her expression is carefully neutral. "Craig family?" We converge on her. "Emma's stable," she says. And I don't hear anything after that for a few seconds because stable means alive, means breathing, means... Keep her overnight for observation, possibly longer. She experienced anaphylaxis, significant facial swelling, respiratory distress, full body urticaria, hives. We've administered additional epinephrine, antihistamines, and corticosteroids. She's responding well. Marcus is asking questions. Will she be okay? Is there any... She should recover fully, but we'll monitor her closely. Anaphylaxis can be unpredictable. The doctor's eyes shift to Linda. I understand from the paramedics that symptoms started approximately 45 minutes before the 911 call. Linda's face flushes. I didn't know what was happening at first. She just had some hives and I called my friend Carol. She's a nurse. The doctor's expression hardens, just slightly. "Ma'am, in cases of known allergies and visible reaction, you should call 911 immediately. Minutes matter." I didn't know it was that serious. "You should have called 911 immediately," the doctor repeats, colder this time. And I hear myself say it. Quiet, deadly calm. "You called your friend before you called 911 while my daughter couldn't breathe." Linda's mouth opens, closes. You waited 45 minutes because you didn't want to be wrong. Sarah, that's not... You let my daughter suffer because calling 911 meant admitting I was right about the allergy. That's not fair. Fair? The word comes out like a gunshot. Fair? Security is moving toward us. The doctor raises a hand. Let's all take a breath, she says. Your daughter needs you calm right now. Would you like to see her? 11:34 p.m. Emma's hospital room. The machines beep in rhythm, steady, mechanical. The sound, that means she's alive. Emma's asleep finally. Really asleep. Not that sedated half-consciousness from earlier. Her face is still puffy, but the hives are fading to pale pink blotches. The IV is taped to her tiny hand. She looks so small in this hospital bed, swallowed by white sheets and wires and the weight of what almost happened. I haven't left this chair in 2 hours. Marcus went to get coffee 20 minutes ago. I didn't want any, but he needed something to do, some way to feel useful when everything useful has already been done by doctors and nurses and machines. Linda's somewhere in the waiting room. I don't care where. My phone is in my lap. I've been staring at it, at the nanny cam app, at the black screen where the feed cut off at 7:51 p.m. And then I remember. Cloud backup. I set it up months ago because the app kept running out of storage. Automatic upload of any motion-triggered footage. I never check it. Never needed to. My hands are shaking as I open the cloud library. There are files, time-stamped, from tonight. 7:30 p.m., 7:35 p.m., 7:45 p.m., 7:52 p.m., 8:03 p.m., 8:11 p.m. The last file is labeled 8:14 p.m., 8:15 p.m. I should wait, show Marcus, not do this alone. But I can't wait. I need to know. I tap the first file. 7:35 p.m. The footage. My living room fills the screen. Emma's in her high chair. Why is she in her high chair? Drinking from her bottle. The purple one with the stars. She's holding it herself, legs swinging, content. Linda's on the couch, on her phone, scrolling, not watching Emma. The timestamp rolls, 7:36, 7:37, 7:38. Nothing happens. Emma finishes the bottle, drops it on the floor. Uh-oh. Linda looks up, smiles, gets up to get the bottle. The clip ends. I tap the next file. 7:52 p.m. Emma's on the couch now. She's fussing, rubbing her face with both hands. Linda notices, puts her phone down, picks Emma up. What's wrong, baby? You tired? But Emma's not tired. She's scratching. At her cheeks, her arms. The motion is frantic, instinctive. Linda holds her at arm's length, examining her. I can see her face change. Concern, confusion. She pulls up Emma's sleeve. Even on the grainy footage, I can see the hives blooming on Emma's skin. Red welts spreading like spilled paint. Oh. Linda's voice is quiet. Oh no. The clip ends. My heart is pounding. I tap 8:03 p.m. Linda's pacing now, Emma on her hip. Emma's crying. Not her normal cry. This is different. Higher pitched. Distressed. She's clawing at her face. Linda's got her phone pressed to her ear. Carol? Hi, it's me. I need... Okay, so Emma's got hives. Like all over. No, I don't... Well, I gave her regular milk. I know, but the almond milk was almost empty, and I thought... She pauses, listening. Do you think it's really that serious, though? I mean, Sarah's so overdramatic about this allergy thing. She makes everything seem like a crisis. Another pause. Emma's crying intensifies. She's arching her back, trying to escape Linda's arms. Well, how long should I... Wait? Sarah's going to kill me if I... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. She hangs up, looks at Emma. Emma's face is swelling. I can see it even through the camera. Her cheeks are puffy. Her eyes are getting smaller. You're okay, Linda says, but her voice is uncertain. You're okay, baby. It's just hives. It'll go away. The clip ends. I'm crying now, silent tears streaming down my face as I tap 8:11 p.m. Emma's on the couch, lying down. She's not crying anymore. That's worse. So much worse. She's whimpering, this weak, desperate sound. Her breathing is audible even through my phone speaker. Wheezing, labored. Her face is so swollen her eyes are almost shut. Linda's standing over her, phone in hand. She's typing something. Stops. Deletes it. Types again. Come on, baby. You're fine. You're going to be fine. But Emma's not fine. Emma's drowning in air. Linda looks at her phone. At Emma. At her phone. Okay, she says finally. Okay, I'll call. She dials. I hear the ring. Once. Twice. 3 times. My voicemail picks up. My own voice. Hi, you've reached Sarah. Linda hangs up. She stares at Emma for 5 more seconds. 5 seconds while my daughter struggles to breathe. Then she walks toward the camera. Her face gets bigger. The angle shifts. Black screen. But there's one more file. 8:14 p.m. 8:15 p.m. I tap it even though I don't want to, even though I know it's going to break something inside me that can't be fixed. The screen is black, but there's audio. Rustling. Linda's voice, slightly distant, talking to herself. Okay, think. If I call 911, Sarah's never going to let me live this down. But if I don't, God, what if something's really wrong? A pause. Emma whimpering in the background. Carol said to watch her. Carol said hives can look scary. She's probably fine. She's fine. Another pause. Longer this time. Okay, I'm calling. The rustle of phone, beeping of buttons. 911, what's your emergency? The audio cuts out. I sit there in the dim hospital room, holding my phone, watching my daughter breathe. The footage is time-stamped, documented, irrefutable. 7:35 p.m., Linda gave Emma the milk. 7:52 p.m., symptoms started. 8:03 p.m., Linda called her friend instead of 911. 8:11 p.m., Emma was in respiratory distress. 8:14 p.m., Linda unplugged the camera. 8:15 p.m., Linda debated whether calling 911 was worth admitting she was wrong. 40 minutes. 40 minutes of my daughter suffering while Linda weighed her pride against Emma's life. I look at Emma now, at the rise and fall of her chest, at the IV keeping her hydrated, at the monitors tracking every heartbeat. She almost died. Not because of an accident, not because of a tragic, unavoidable mistake. Because Linda chose not to believe me, chose not to believe the allergy was real, chose to prove she knew better than the anxious, overprotective daughter-in-law who reads too much on the internet. And when she was proven wrong, catastrophically, undeniably wrong, she chose her ego over my daughter's life. The door opens. Marcus comes in with 2 coffees, even though I said I didn't want one. He sees my face. Sarah, what's wrong? I hold up my phone. I need you to watch something, I say quietly. And then I need you to tell me what we're going to do about your mother. Because something just broke that can never be fixed, and I don't know if it's Linda's relationship with us, or Marcus's relationship with his family, or my ability to ever forgive what happened in those 40 minutes. Maybe it's all 3, but I know this. Emma's breathing. She's safe. She's alive. And Linda will never be alone with her again. Not ever. Not for any reason. Not if I have to burn every bridge in Marcus's family to make sure of it. Marcus sits down, takes my phone, presses play, and I watch his face as he watches the footage. I watch him see what I saw. I watch something break in him too. The doctor came in 20 minutes ago. Young resident, tired eyes, clipboard. Emma can go home this afternoon. Keep the EpiPen with her always. Watch for delayed reactions. This could have been fatal, she said, but Emma was lucky. Lucky. I haven't slept. Marcus dozed in the chair around 4 a.m., woke up at 6 with a crick in his neck. Emma's been awake since 7 asking for Bluey on the iPad, unaware that 12 hours ago she almost didn't wake up at all. There's a knock on the door. It opens before I can say anything. Linda. She looks terrible. Yesterday's clothes. Hair unwashed. Eyes red and swollen. She takes one step inside and sees Emma, and her face crumples. Oh, sweetheart. I'm on my feet, moving between her and the bed. Get out. Linda stops. Sarah, please, I just want to see. I watched the footage. The color drains from her face. She knows. She knows exactly what footage I mean. You waited, I say quietly. You waited because you didn't want to be wrong. You risked my daughter's life because you couldn't admit I was right about her allergy. Sarah, I made a mistake. Her voice is shaking, tears already falling. You made a choice. I'm not yelling. I'm too tired to yell. Multiple choices. You chose to give her milk. You chose to call Carol instead of 911. You chose to unplug the camera. You chose to wait. Marcus is awake now, standing. Mom, what is she talking about? I pull out my phone, hold it up. The nanny cam backed up to the cloud. Before she unplugged it, I have 40 minutes of footage. I press play, turn it toward Marcus. Linda's voice through the speaker. Sarah's so overdramatic about this allergy thing. Marcus's face goes white. Then, if I call 911, Sarah's never gonna let me live this down. His expression cycles through everything. Confusion, disbelief, horror, rage. Linda's reaching for him. Marcus, I panicked. I didn't know what to do. You called Carol before 911. His voice cracks. Mom, you knew what to do. You've known what to do since Emma was 11 months old. We told you. We showed you. He stops. His hands are shaking. You knew. I thought Sarah was exaggerating. You thought what? Marcus's voice rises. You thought we were lying? You thought we made up a medical diagnosis for fun? Linda's crying harder now, but there's something else creeping into her voice. Something defensive, angry. You know what? She's not looking at me anymore, looking at Marcus. Maybe if you weren't married to someone so neurotic about every little thing, I would have taken it more seriously. She makes everything into a crisis. She treats me like I'm incompetent. How was I supposed to know this time was real? The room goes silent. Even Emma stops playing with the iPad, looking up at the sudden quiet. Linda seems to realize what she just said. Her hand goes to her mouth. I didn't mean. Get out. My voice is flat, empty, final. Sarah, get out of this room. Marcus, please, I'm your mother. Marcus looks at her, really looks at her. And when he speaks, his voice is so quiet it's almost a whisper. Get out, Mom. You can't be serious. Marcus, she's turning you against. Get out. He's not quiet anymore. You let my daughter stop breathing because you were more worried about being right than keeping her alive. Get out. Now. Linda backs toward the door. She's still crying, still reaching for him, but Marcus turns away. The door closes, and something in this family closes with it. Something that's never opening again. Emma is fine. That's what everyone keeps telling me. Emma's fine. She's recovered. Kids are resilient. And physically, they're right. The hives are gone. The swelling disappeared within days. She doesn't remember any of it. She's learning new words. Obsessed with Daniel Tiger now instead of Bluey, eating her almond milk yogurt without a care in the world. I'm not fine. I wake up 3-4 times a night, walk to her room, stand over her crib watching her chest rise and fall. Sometimes I put my hand near her nose just to feel the breath. Marcus found me doing it at 3 a.m. last week and didn't say anything, just led me back to bed. I have nightmares. In them, I'm always at that restaurant, always getting the call too late, always arriving to a different ending. Linda's been calling, texting. She sent cards, flowers, a stuffed animal for Emma that I donated without opening. We need to talk about this as a family. I've apologized 100 times. You can't keep my granddaughter from me forever. Marcus's family is fractured. His oldest brother gets it. He has kids, he understands. But Tony, the youngest, isn't speaking to us. Called Marcus 2 weeks ago and said we're tearing the family apart over one mistake. Said Linda's depressed. Said we're being cruel. Marcus hung up on him. Marcus is in therapy now, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. He doesn't talk about it much, but I can see it's helping. Or maybe it's not. Our marriage isn't broken, but it's different. There's a weight between us that wasn't there before. The weight of what his mother did, what his family thinks, what we can undo. Emma's 18-month checkup got rescheduled, so we're seeing a new doctor. Dr. Reyes. Young, thorough, kind smile. She's scrolling through Emma's chart on her tablet while Emma plays with the paper on the exam table. So I see here she had an anaphylactic reaction 2 months ago. Hospital stay. Yes. Dr. Reyes keeps reading. Her expression shifts slightly. Dairy allergy. Known allergen. She looks up at me. I need to ask, and I'm mandated to report. Was this accidental exposure, or was someone negligent with known allergen information? The room goes very still. I can feel my heartbeat in my throat. Accidental means it was a mistake, an oversight, something that could happen to anyone. Negligent means it was a choice, means there could be consequences. Reports filed, investigations, CPS maybe, family services, the truth becoming official record. I could say accident, make this go away, keep what's left of the peace, or I could tell the truth. Emma's singing to herself on the exam table. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Dr. Reyes is waiting, pen hovering over her tablet, and I open my mouth. People keep asking me when I'm going to forgive her, when things will go back to normal. Here's what I know. Linda's been babysitting my nieces and nephews, Marcus's brother's kids, ages 2 and 4. One of them has a peanut allergy. I haven't said anything yet. I don't know if that makes me a bad person or just someone who learned the hard way that some people don't change. They just find new people to not believe. Emma's almost 2 now. She's thriving, happy, safe. She carries an EpiPen everywhere. Her daycare has 3 backups. I've trained every adult in her life on how to use it. I still check her breathing at night. I still can't look at decorative pillows without feeling sick. Linda still calls every Sunday. Same time. 11 a.m. right after church. I still don't answer. And honestly, I don't know if I ever will. If you stayed until the end, you get it. You understand that some stories don't have neat endings, and that's what makes them real. Subscribe for more stories that don't insult your intelligence. Stories about the messy, complicated truth of protecting the people we love. Marcus asks sometimes if I'll ever be ready to talk to her. I don't have an answer. Some days I think maybe. Most days I remember those 40 minutes and I know I'm not there yet. Maybe I never will be. Maybe that makes me unforgiving. Maybe it makes me a good mother. I'm still figuring out the difference. But I know this. My daughter is breathing, and I will do whatever it takes to make sure she keeps breathing, even if it costs me everything else.